Ghana de Shikron my Mamunina Joma Makwaba bought Nusia Oman 107.1 FM media Sedamu Rampimasi Dumatridian Ponyan Kurpon Ototrobon so te kwafremo sia de yo ehuntehu ehubobrim no se ne waje tatameda so tenkwam ensama hudu ayabo anoma osamufo asemu na nwe matnase mede dance Oman enwre Nusia kasebo shano so kase asumi ni din and the truth entimatnase no krenko a ena mede babeda wa ntoba kokko enfremu ena ewo ene mrasebedwamu Oman sika bon enkomo ekoto dwa no ya chichemu ekuokuo de fa apomudene de fa enmasua de fa Ghana kai de nana ni da kwan se onyanfo kan oforiata ho sika sam so na nka so obekasa nanso ne ho emfa no enti o the moral support ni ta majority leader echi ema onyanfo seche mensa busu ene kokasa ewo ene akonobosi kanmu na tenwaso ne ti se yede no kreka sebo no eba be down asema ko nyanfo se chemensa busu boso Ghana kai de na eka no sa NDC fo eka mugboguru wo efa aye power producers no ye tua ho ka twitwi pa afa ba ko so kan COVID-19 be bia kwakodro ne ka ye bo hu ene nyoma pi ene tanwaso enme be down no hwe abankire mu se akwan a wo hya se mfipinu ni adwonu no obeto aso awie ema bibia nso etimi atoten na onumnyamfo oseche mensa bunsu asemba kwa ne okan ase yenkama Ghana fo nyina ente ebi ene se COVID-19 no ama Ghana sikasem etoape nanso achia so emui mampani ekufodo akasi studio so behwe masikasem no akoyi pa na afei budget no budget emu hwam na budget papa na we de ma mutwi ahyan trotro for ne taxi drivers de moko revenue for ho diary ho na yede ema modo film from kanim no aban de kom haribia ba enigesem na homkasema ni nyina ene se COVID-19 ti second quarter third quarter di nyina yema muntua se ne be ya monso modwuma no ebeto akoso ensem we kapi hu na nwere matase amede down se Oman enwere nsia kase bo hye se enmeko bia daruma the time center home of quality watches the master of timepiece wadosio na obenya watch papa ato enkoto be bia ukọ ho a so hwe papa ono ne penny powder no na se ne obenya abotre ne wakasa na enidie ne obu a obenya mounti wa de na okwakoto no kwa woni beje wakoma mu ama ade no so ache ede amawo eno se okomakola shopping office to a offer 0260 830 800 and 0205 355 884 Kasiye etwagu ewo eye ash 101.1 FM Santimantem Krupo Kumasim NAP Radio the pride of Central Sinfosu ediokronia chipo bako ukopimo ewo Shama Junction enyansapo ediotwenkron echiripo enkron ewiase ewo wanchi ananse 104.9 ewo achim afosu na uko himekrum London about radio enso ekremu internet so www.omanfm1071.com ebusha mosomfo nsamchoni amenja dem gene matrasi na High Lady Virgin Herbal Intimate Wash Damaco Roofing Sheet Vidank Extremely Brache Chimupa Wonka the time center and then you may yet no crackers way down for voice note bra wose me no crackers ye me no crackers ye and the budget in the beti womuni na me bomb ampani ekufu do baso na the wadwen chabe kan crackers ye mo somfo owu ahene entwibu siako afegebre na kasebo nchichi no memfanto no
107.1. This is how it is done. Oman shaping the nation.
Abuja formation no kraka se bona se every any day emrashebedwam wabra eye penipa ohwe emrashebedwam dwumadi eso ono ne so afom che minister for parliamentary affairs na osanso ye dom kese no ba no dini soami abato mpeso aso de ono ne gina umade hyemu ewo emrashebedwam onunyanfo oseche mensa bunsu ene ne day ukogina onunyanfo kenofuriata anemu mampani na danko kufodo editumi nation nsa se ohwe chire se so afo na ohwe masika se monkomo titiu ene akokuma sika ode ma mvimpinu ene adunu ba kwemu nene dai onunyanfo kenoforiata eni ho a ode mpabo kase ehye eye openi kase ono na emrashebwe mo hweso onunyanfo se eche mensa bunsu nan mu so onkonkasa manu asemba ko ka ho asem ene Ghana ekaye die Ghana sisi ekaye die o memunu nyina akodina 291 billion eye dei ene kan kokodusa na ojebre echeche musi ya yenti kakra
Peter, the
provisional debt stock as it ends December 2020 stood at a nominal figure of 291.614 billion, representing 76.1% of GDP, compared with 217.91 billion, equivalent to 62.4% of GDP in 2019. Mr. Speaker, the total debt stock mix was made up of a provisional figure of 141.780 billion for external debt and 149.83389 billion for domestic debt, accounting approximately for 48% and 51.4% of the total public debt stock, respectively. Speaker, the total public debt has increased from 122 billion, that is 6.9 GDP, to 291.6 billion, that is 76.1% of GDP as at the end of December 2020. Included in the debt stock and the debt to GDP ratio at the end of 2020 are the following non-recurrent burdens that we had to deal with as a matter of urgency. One, the fiscal impact of COVID-19 of 19.7 billion. The cost of the financial sector cleanup is 21 billion Ghana cedis. Cost of excess capacity charges paid to IPPs, that's 12 billion Ghana cedis. The impact of the reduction in growth from an average of 7% to 0.9% in 2020. Speaker, if these expenditures are excluded and the drop in GDP growth in 2020 primarily attributable to COVID-19 pandemic is taken into account, the total stock of debt for 2020 would have been approximately 239.9 billion, implying a debt to GDP ratio of 58.7%.
And what you know for such a mensabunsu at was which you say Ghana for Bakaya or Brahman Penida J.A. Kufo, Arian Amamunu. Na eyadia eka yeka ho asem no hanchichembe aduasa 30% po nanso ekoko wiachi no NDC for from 2008 to 2012 no pejam ko 240%. Aban ye mampene kufu ado aban obai wo peja ko ye 143%. Nanso sesika no enye se eyisika bia enase besia bi no mukọbọ besia bia kwa Somewhere here, banking cleanup exercise course na buy the 21 billion in the chemo. And this buying a consigned contract be excess capacity and here and we try afibia 12 billion Ghana cedis. Sakari nyina no mbugu wa ama Ghana kanu ekura kwa kudisa say and also nyamfo oseche mensa bonzu echimo.
Mr. Speaker, the following information is useful. Between 2004 and 2008, Ghana's debt stock increased by 30%. Between 2008 and 2012, the debt stock increased by 209%. Between 2012 and 2016, the increase in the debt stock was 243%. Between 2016, the increase in the debt stock was 137%. This includes the costs of the banking sector cleanup, excess capacity charges, and the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. Mr. Speaker, these are the facts according to the figures. Mr. Speaker, despite the impact of the pandemic, the rate of growth of the public debt has been lower under our government than under previous governments. The rate of growth, and do the calculations on not your laptops, but on your cell phones. Mr. Speaker, the rate of debt growth was lower despite the massive investments in our flagship programs such as free senior high school, planting for food and jobs, NAPCO, one district, one factory, one village, one dam, one constituency, one ambulance, and the restoration of teacher and nursing training allowances, among others, while maintaining relative macroeconomic and exchange rate stability. Mr. Speaker, this reinforces the fact that the Akufo-Addo and indeed the NPP government are simply better managers of the economy and better protectors of the public purse.
Onumnyam for such a mensa bonsu ene ono ena ye caretaker minister of finance ministry no eso we eye akohumasika na okenkan ho enkomo ena odisa ensem na atudwa na asamde nie se ashenkafo wokremu etiemu twadwadwo na covid-19 eye yade ya China fo yade a omoda besinsa yikuma ye hu botwa no kra na de kra ahyemu a China fo okofo made e ba kra no sabem no kase yade no ehwe abafom nanso ye ne a ekakraba so yenso no yehu botwa no ne de kura ahyemu aban adwene Ghana fo ho ema me ne wokase akonwa bosika we a yekenkan no ene den no ene je sema ewu munye tenwa so ne ti eyasem bayi aban kirese 2021 budget no was suspended vehicle income tax edema commercial public transport nyina titiri ne trotro ne taxi na eyede adea se okwa akode eye GRA fo ukwa akotu sika na yede insurance Jerry for stamp afimfam so adema to anu na wotutua no abanse wa suspend second quarter third quarter ni nyina enya dia obeje ode check Ghana for say kwa afei wasanso aka tax relief eno ye 30% edema corporate income tax na eno koma hotels restaurants any entertainment industry any arts and culture afei enwumasua and travel and tours muna mu sa chefa no corporate tax to akase bia mo so mutua de maban no aban se eno so was suspended first second quarter third quarter onje oni nyina wo de chemo de ade a covid-19 ti amani man konsunti aban enam onunyanfo oseche mensa bonsu caretaker finance minister eso enene de wo de sa ensem na tudwa se Ghana fo mo na mo to aba de ma me na se oman ye hu no covid-19 mo de a me de we chemo entasa afi nko na wie ne sa quarters ntwana nze bi nyuma is stable na ya saba ida dem yentie se na onunyanfo oseche mensa bonsu okenkan ho no so.
Mr. Speaker, government in 2020 outlined a number of initiatives to cushion the effect of the pandemic on the populace. Some sectors of the economy and sections of the population, however, continue to suffer the devastating consequences of the pandemic. Government is therefore rolling out these additional reliefs for different sections of the population, especially those hardest hit by the pandemic. One, tax rebate. Provision of a rebate of 30% of the income tax due to companies, hotels and restaurants, education, arts and entertainment, and travel and tours for the second, third, and fourth quarters of 2021. Tax stamps. Suspension of quarterly income tax installment payments for the second, third, and fourth quarters of 2021 for small businesses using the income tax stamp system. Vehicle income tax. Suspension of quarterly installment payments of the vehicle income tax for the third, fourth, and fourth quarters of 2021 for trucks and taxes as part of measures to reduce the cost of transportation. Mr. Speaker, in line with your pause for effect, your system of pause for effect, can I repeat this? Suspension of quarterly installment payments of vehicle income tax for the third and fourth quarters of 2021 for trucks and taxis as part of measures to reduce the cost of transportation. Speaker, the fourth, extension of the waiver of interest as incentive for early payment of accumulated tax arrears. A waiver of penalty and interest on accumulated tax arrears up to December 2020 to reduce cash flow challenges for companies and individuals who arrange terms with GRA to pay up the principal by September 2021. Beneficiaries of these reliefs will have to be registered with GRA and must have filled their first quarter tax obligations.
Onomnya for such a mensa bonsu ene ensem no oka bebre ba ko so saka ene ye fund managers we to say a Gold Coast Security and from Black Shoulder Security and Exchange Commission for ehwena odi usika amomu titru no usika kokaka mu amomu ko investment no aban enam eye ne photo sam for HDS so nyam for search men sabunzu aka se sani pani nyina aban se ehwena ntu obi asika emfa amomu na no so sei ena onchirichiri mu.
Speaker, I'm happy to announce that the resolution of the banking industry has been completed. Government has been working to complete the bailout of the asset management industry through the provision of a bailout package for investors of the failed asset management companies out of an estimated 8.5 billion Ghana cedis to help pay investors of the failed AMCs. This August House approved an amount of 3.1 billion in 2020 mid-year budget. At the end of the 2020 December, government had provided an amount of 3.4 billion for the payment of validated claims to investors of 30 AMCs for which liquidation orders were obtained. This amount was in a combination of a 3-year marketable bond of 2.5 billion Ghana cedis and a 5-year zero coupon bond of 915 million Ghana cedis. The Speaker, for the Securities and Exchange Commission to fully settle investors of the remaining 17 AMCs, an amount of 5.5 billion, 1.3% of GDP is required. For this reason, we have come to this House once again to seek for your approval to raise an amount of 5.5 billion in 2021 to complete the asset management industry bailout, including Gold Coast Fund Management Limited, now Black Shield Capital Management, First Bank Financial Services Limited, Liberty Assets Management, Bridge Capital Asset Management Limited, Ideal Capital Partners Limited, and Frontline Capital Advisors Limited.
We eye onumnyanfo osei che mensa bonsu oye majority leader and minister for parliamentary affairs ono ene caretaker minister so for hd of finance ministry ene akomasika obrobroso omomusika akokamina banse obehwe fund managers omomu koye investment nina obehwe na otua na o release sika emu dupa se emfo biasika emano yeko man so yene eye political science lecturer or chere amanyosem or educationist Dr. Osewusu Bunsu akwakudi enkomo kakra dokote enka emaduma akwaba
ya aja
akra na honem boko de
nyame adom na so e
ye ho ye papa yenim se enne de akoso omrahye bedwam wode waso atofo mu de wani ahwebi didi kan se osoafo no ye foto samfo na ye sana hene eniha na yaworo mpaboa no ahye nipa foforo no wa amanyomu no sei ena etie
na didi ka mechi etifo ya megidi se ye mara fon no ma ye kwan se any the standing of the order of parliament no actually say the minister bi etukwai anase no hododo na bibinti ontimi enye nadwuma Omanfm no etimi ma another minister act in addition to one ministry no and into megidi se samara no na Omanfm gina so a obo ewrachi mensa bosudin se onyina muma for to some form emano
na ene wode waso to form na hwebi no say na unhunu eye akonwabo sikai
yeah make fan say so far so good dedi kana kwa mebo honorable say chairman sabon so abaso so be a one time near figures na say they will see the budget no I think say why finance minister prekope what about the details of the budget now? Majidi say one of the best, if not the best, in the Fourth Republic. Especially emphasis I will lay on say continuity of parallel projects. Say project ya shasiye, say buy or tissue na shasiye, say abanda dabi na shasiye. Insan kwa similar project. Name ni be we sa project na ho ansa na yakoshe foforo ase megye di sɛ aba no timi ɔhyɛ yɛ ɔyɛ a nka bɛboa Ghana paa because wohwɛ yɛ sika aka wura mu a ɛha dwen paa yie woyɛ no firi hɔ a megye di sɛ aba no saa toa so sɛ nsuo famikwa ɛne kanea famikwa no so wasa extend ɛde akɔ up to June because of COVID-19 enyumayɛfoɔ ɔmo yɛ business so aba bɛsɔ ɔmo asene wohwɛ education any health sector and even employment nurses ya ɔyɛ n'adwene sɛ ɔbɛ employ wɔn and if I do hear budget na the very detailed budget ya mefi sɛ matie paa ne saa afei budget ya megye di sɛ ɛbɛboa Ghana nkankɔ
obi bɛbusa sɛ hwɛ COVID-19 baabi ahuru yɛde akɔ akɔduro yɛhunu ano ɛnso baabi aban ekukuru ɔman no ne baabi a ɔpɛ sɛ ɔde ɔman no kodu no wobɛka sɛ wei no nhunu sononko ana te sɛ
yeah megye sɛ yɛhunu sononko koraa sɛ bi a yɛnkɔfa sɛ bi taxi huhu bi amɛto Ghanafoɔ so sɛ COVID nama aba nyuma nyinaa pape ɛno nti no ɛde ahohiahia bɛbrɛ Ghanafoɔ ne mmumurada no ɔno bɛsɔ yɛ asene sɛ ɔbɛboa Ghanafoɔ enti megye di sɛ aban no ehunu sɛ deɛ obesi abu ɔman no in spite of the COVID a sɛ bi amaya kɛseɛ te sɛ America no deɛ keka ho nyinaa tefe na mmom sɛ aban etimi yɛ saa budget yi deɛ na megye di sɛ Ghana yɛ wɔdaakye
Doc yɛna wase ɛne wadagye nwumere yi
mesɛ meda mo ase
abani eni kodi nkomo ye political scientist Dr. Osewusu Bunsu de ode na soto from na otie bi ehwe bi efa ene akomabosika etodwa e omrase bidwam no bi e na waboso na abaka esisudwa se project dada aban dada eye John Mahama ban amemo dada nyina eja ho no mampene kufu ado ahyebo se obe continue nyina se ya kwan se ya asupiti se ya die nti se no nyamfo se chime sabunsu ebo so
Government will continue to pursue the following ongoing projects that are at various stages of completion under the Sino-Hydro Master Facility. Speaker, the Accra Inner City Roads, about 84 kilometers, the Kumasi Inner City Roads, 100 kilometers, the Tamale Interchange Project, which is about 60% complete, the PTC Roundabout Interchange Project, Takradi, Adenta Dodua Dual Carriageway, the Sunyani Inner City Roads, 39 kilometers, Western Region and Cape Coast Inner City Roads, 32.19 kilometers, upgrading of selected feeder roads in Ashanti and Western Regions, construction of Hohoi, Jessica, Dodi Pepesu Road, 66.4% kilometers, which is 32% complete now. The Speaker, government will also continue with some ongoing projects which have seen significant progress as follows. The Isawam Apedra Road, this northbound Kwafu Krom Apedra Road, 33 kilometers, which is about 39% complete. Apedra Bunsu Road, 23 kilometers. The Bogatanga Boku Pomakum, 116 kilometers, which is 31% complete. The Nkwanta Uti Damanko Road, 50 kilometers, which is 54% complete. Uti Damanko Napanduri Road, 209 kilometers, which is 77% complete. The Berekum Saikwa Roads, 34.6% kilometers, which is 88% complete. The dualization of the whole main roads, totaling 10.5 kilometers, with 55% complete. The Teshi Link Road, 7.5 kilometers, 77%. The whole Fulo Road, 18.4 kilometers, about 93% complete. The Bolga Boku from kilometer 12 to 24.5, a stretch of 12.5 kilometers, which is about 100% complete. The Wali Road, 57 kilometers, is 55% complete. Roundabout between Ajiso and Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, 87% complete. and the rehabilitation of the Ofosi Kuma Road, 38 kilometers, which is 15% complete.
Wey eye akwan ne akwantempon a aban no de ne nsakan mampene kufu do bra no te akonya so mvimpinu ne dunsia mu edikosi mvimpinu ne edu no ayeto aban mu no wode nsakan wo se wonya no ento na so abro mento na jeje mu sa obewie ama Ghana fom se okase year of rules ampa na osa kasi sudua se ekwa bi nso wo ho a ehu behia pa se eno nso yesanso ede nsa eka ne ewie ye de nsa ka bi ehu se no so wi na no so to aso sei.
Speaker, works progressed steadily on the Pokuasi and Obichabi-Lamte circle interchanges under the Accra Urban Transport Project. Work is expected to be completed on these projects by the end of 2021. Works are ongoing on the construction of 7 bridges in the northern region. These are located in Kunun, Garu, Ambalara, Kulungugu, Doninga, and Sicily. Overall, fiscal progress stands at 97%. Most of all, these bridges are substantially complete. Speaker, overall progress of 5 Belgian bridges and 13 Spanish bridges are 70% and 100% respectively complete, as well as repair works carried out on the following: the Kaneshi Bridge, West End, Ashaman Tunnel Bottom Slab, the Malam Interchange, and the Afienya Bridge. The Ministry's Public-Private Partnership Program for the Financing, Construction, and Management of Rural Infrastructure is progressing steadily. 4 projects are at different stages. They include the Accra Tema Motorway PPP project, the 31.7 kilometer stretch, the Accra Cape Coast Takoradi PPP project, which involves 208 kilometers, the Accra Kumasi Expressway project, 245 kilometers, the development of the Tema arterial roads, also to come under PPP, would also be done.
Onumnya for such a mensabunsu manaso a ochese akwan bi wo ho a eno de afei enaban ebahase na so bo so sei.
Speaker, in 2021, works are also expected to commence on the following major projects: construction of the Dufo Adidome Asikuma Junction Road, 63.1 kilometers. The Junction 39 Road, Anasushare at Viemi. The interchanges there would also be constructed. The interchanges at Dufo Adidome and Asikuma Junction will also, Mr. Speaker, will be done. Construction of bridge over the Volta River at Volivo. Construction of the Swami interchange will be done. Rehabilitation of the Tatuli Zabzugu Yendi Tamale Road, 165.8 kilometers. Speaker, will be undertaking. Rehabilitation of the Zabzugu Nakali Bimbila Road, 73.6 kilometers will be done. The rehabilitation of the Dome Kitasi Road, 19.5 kilometers. Design and construction of the Buipe, Yape, and Daboya bridges. The 3 bridges will be constructed. Construction of the Tema Aflao Phase 1 Road, 17 kilometers to be done. Construction of the Tema Akosombo Road, 64.7 kilometers. Speaker, will be done. Rehabilitation of the Asin Praso Asin Fosu Road, Phase 2, which is 60 kilometers. Construction of the Tema Motorway Roundabout Phase 2. Rehabilitation of Kumasi Inner City asphaltic overlay of selected streets in Accra and Tema, 100 kilometers. Rehabilitation and upgrading of selected streets in Tamale and Yendi, Nalerigu, Walewali, Gambaga, and Damongo. About 100 kilometers of these will be done.
Onumyanfo oseche mensabonsu ena etene no we eye akomabosika bi de aban esineni so de opese oye edoso pa ensem de na okasa gyan na tenten so kasa don hwere de buruni ene ensem de wakabi enti wanti udin a wanti ukro din a enye se udin kan ho book no unya budget statement ni bia ene obeten sem ni nyina bi oba be ye kwan a aban peso ye no obia benya ne chefa we eya kwamabosika unyamfo osechi mensabunsu ede ho komo atodwa na yetoto Oman no se ne Dr. Jodonfe ebidi enkomo eka Oman no ede sisia no de aban dada no eburu mampani kofo efri so na eka ne de sai Jomahama kane mampani ebai no se no burubu so ene de aban ebai na besia no boy no de no mude ye na de ene mfaso aganafo enya awoso na COVID-19 ahunyehi abirimu no eyade a eye onunyafo osechi mensabunsu se yade ne hyase no ahunyehi aganafo kom ene kunhari aban de amaye eno so boso se obeto akoso abo aganafo ama aganafo aharo.
Speaker, for the first time in our 64 years of nationhood, the government has had to tackle an unforgiving simultaneous health and economic crisis. The outbreak and the ensuing partial lockdown to contain the spread of the virus and protect lives and livelihoods brought socio-economic activities to a visual standstill, with the resultant loss of jobs, incomes, collapse of businesses, and loss of government revenues. The Speaker, from the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic in March 2020, His Excellency the President laid out 5 key objectives government sought to achieve. 1, limit and stop importation of the virus. 2, contain its spread. 3, provide adequate care for the sick. 4, limit the impact of virus on social and economic life. And 5, inspire the expansion of our domestic capability and deepening our self-reliance. The President made it an utmost priority to protect Ghanaian lives and above all else. This is captured in his now world-famous quotation, and I quote, "We know what to do to bring our economy back to life. What we do not know how to do is to bring people back to life," unquote. Under his leadership, the country took the required swift, drastic, and decisive measures to mitigate the spread of the pandemic. We rapidly mobilized and deployed extensive internal and external resources to support Ghanaian households and enterprises. Speaker, at this juncture, permit me to acknowledge the support of our development partners, namely the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, the African Development Bank, the European Union, and other bilateral partners who made available significant resources to complement our efforts. Mr. Speaker, the drastic slowdown in economic activity led to a huge drop in domestic revenues, combined with sharp and unplanned hike in COVID-related expenditures. In sum, this unprecedented crisis led to 1, a sudden shortfall in government revenues amounting to 13.6 billion Ghana cedis, and 2, an unexpected and unavoidable rise in expenditures of 11.7 billion Ghana cedis. The Speaker, through government's Emergency Preparedness and Response Plan, ERP 1 and 2, as well as the Coronavirus Alleviation Program, CAP, we undertook the following measures. 1, provided financial clearance to employ additional 24,285 health professionals between March and June to help fight the pandemic. 2, expanded the capacities of laboratories to increase COVID-19 testing and established isolation centers in all regions and districts. We provided 3.6 million reusable face masks, 50,000 medical scraps, 90,000 hospital gowns and head covers to health facilities as of June 2020. Provided
abusafo ne atie nyina eye aban na montu a otui COVID-19 bremu ene de oguso obeye wo kyese eye COVID-19 na ma hwere eto sika 13.6 billion Ghana cedis eto nkwa ya hwere COVID-19 ti yentimi andije nyina mu aban ejina mu ekura ne mu die mu sɛ obɛboa magana for ɔho atomo yensa ka ɛyɛ senior research fellow ɔsanso yɛ economist Center for Social Policy Studies University of Ghana Legon Dr. George Donfe awa hwan so doc ote kan mo adwuma kwa ba
amia mejo so
na ehunam bɔkɔ de
menya mpato bi abɔkɔ
doc and budget statement and economic policy baby a media maso pa ye Ghana's debt stock no baby akwakudu 291 billion or boss percentage wise abandada no jomahama mo de mo bro e baby abandada mampani dada kufuja kudui any the abandia oboy ni because of COVID-19 no be kana kwakudu o de so bobo aban we a eyeyi anaso de so mo na nyi
yo me ba na wase na me ntia chief nyina na me kan se kan wase no se mo video so ta kan wase pa so be ga tama ira no ama o na me kapa na mo fe ma me kan na bi no no akra tu na mu etu boa se Ghana for ya we na nyina wi amanaka amen se de no all kan na man from entia si papa da ba na asechire sempo an se asechire sempo an se kan ya jusu ammo bosiano minia omude omukano kakranka ntimi de meka bum say ye sha Ghana ye will be a friend debt to GDP ratio debt to GDP ratio ye tiri nyina ne say wajapa da wo a afini nyina usika unya na afini nyina juma wo ye the money value we divide by we total debt now multiply by 100 and a new cost be 70% minia 10 be 70% be say na e come na yenhwe tama yewura Jonathan Kunku for be so abenyan ni debt to GDP ratio na 182%. That is abia say yamuro 70 no ye twam na 182. That is a kana many ma je say wo de say bibia kra enyi eno na odi ekọ hepe ye de ka ni bi chia ye bebilbi enam saa so nti no ma obekono na ye debt to GDP ratio no ati aba be 32%. That is when you Americans can no abon homo ka na no na yewura John Mills be so mu na yewura John Mahama to aso no 2014 na ye debt to GDP ratio Jonathan Kunku foja no 32% no na NDC abai abefa e de akwa ko 71 e 2014 as a minia yentini nkwa hit bio you say middle income status name ade a ensanchirani a won sika sem so qualify for hepic no 2014 in as ensanchirani no ene ye debt to GDP ratio na ye bro 70% threshold no ye kokoduru 71 na enye kra ye mu bi sase akasai but ye ko so bo busiana but 2015 ne debt to GDP ratio na aduru 72.6 that is a sell I dawo hepic no ana 2016 Ojan 73.1. Let us say we are here John Germany mama e be di yasunhwie na no emu bi yensa na ye wo hepic status menka say e dey wo hepic because lower middle income country yentimi enko hepic bio hepic ye di ka akono yentimi enko bio na no kwasam trodo no wo mu ne say sanfie mi yensa na yelwa John Germany mama di yesu from 2014 2015 2016 senkana you wapanya se be ko hepika na e qualify say ntimi say na ye kana many eno na abaya otisu ba wo se ase wo ye hu adwuma na ogunjo ye hu adwuma no 2017 ye bosia bo no ye debt to GDP ratio na teba 69 say ye ben 70 ni de so no kwasem ni say ye free danger zone na me ya 2018 na ye rebase ma chere sa se mu so da ka se rebase a let us say we economy no who change concern year prices figures are making now yeah the 2006 concern prices na yes yeah GDP na yes fa afeba akusiwo the whole prices no yeah they are GDP ni GDP bia no the quantity produced multiplied by unit price let us say ufa gold now the kan gold dudu a unyaaye na they multiply by gold ba ku bia bo say bro bag bo na say o person bro contribution away to GDP no total number of bags of maize produced brodo do awunyaaye now they multiply by bag no ba ebo 19 so fa ebo bi e 2006 e dey GDP a ebema GDP no aye ketwa compared to say ya move your new concern year price near about 2013 release FN is a rebasing change concern year price now the mean you change year about 2018 economy no be ekese and GDP no became 24.2% bigger ekese and I'm saying to you know e ma ye kana nanka ye radondamani kwa na ye 73.1 no in the new series no yeah 56.7 atiefo ntie me pa ebe 56.7 na sa 56.7 no eno na minia abawe ba ifie yensa obeni isu nyina no odi oye ni kakanga kretimi manage ya 2019 kwa wi no na aduru 62 timi amoyo adi o wa ba betum 56.7 ana ifie mi yensa odi 62 na te so ya do de kan ho no ye best 5 compared to say from 32 to 71 from to Fojan 32 actually 2014 to 71 what the difference no now we correct say we infiem yensa 2017 2018 2019 no nyina no ye di free 56.7 ekodu 62 that is a mechanic say omubo modern pa na eno na mi covid ba ya enema ese ye fa sika sam sentini say na ya abaye nsusu say obedi 85 billion Ghana cedis we the year 2020 that man ye say am covid ya be badom the next say down say the better revenue of 66 billion na do na fofia metwata ekoba say enu be nya say be spend over 100 billion you are chairman of the Ghana for the last year no you spend a little over 100 billion and your revenue in so say you 55 billion 2.55 billion from a little over 100 billion ma e kasi ka be 50 billion na ye ni o ba bi anti na ehun be hia say abada bobosia eno na ba ko bobosia amane ye debt to GDP ratio no akoduru 76 percent let's say bibia di pay say from 2017 2018 2019 we move from 56.7 according to 62 that is the Tanya COVID year and Kayakoya demand a year and 63 and 64 okay na number sa mamin church 56.7 na ye free course 62 do na ye sa financial sector clean up na abaye ye no banks na egu a abaye sikapudo 21 billion ko se mu no ni nyina aka sa aka no and what the 5% per and the can within 3 years as me bomb sama mo mu pa nti say ye free 62 akọ 76 a 14 abeka ho e wa afe ba ko a e no kwari true don say enye sabe aba no ne bi a wanyi ni na emom COVID-19 and the akọ sa situation ni
mo doc nature say in general no aban no wa bono ho modern
as far that management they were excellent na me ka say no utie ni say ya wa ha be ka say economy na say da bi economy bia ye wo indicators be ba di yesusu bia say ye ya na do do na kan ho na ye fefe bi say your interest rate na tinya performa about the 25.5%. Air policy with 14.5. And it's a about modern. Inflation over 15.4%. And a 10.3 no can say. I was the Warabi. See the sooner said depreciation in 17% and so no can say and in 6 to 7%. Let's just say who indicated Diana Abana identity Ghanaian economy as we speak is in good health. Adeba kwa ya consider ne last year busia be ba na say yebo na ye maintain the economy because of COVID and no kwa na minua aye consider
doc e be da say eni chichimo de metifo nri
yo be da minia
Dr. George Donfe ena menene kodi nkomo no say besi aban e boy no enye bo apa enye COVID-19 ankasa ba ise no ommo wajibra cheche mu yie pa ede amaye na one for the wadwen chaba text messages in saka mebre wa omo hwe Facebook Omanfm 1071 live Facebook Omanfm 1071 live onya ko Facebook na click sap ebe hu live na wadwen chaba ho sami difference mo se NDC for NTS say sa percentage increase na Ghana ye ka no so no mo ani jai mo ana mu jana MPP ayi what anti everybody fitema on say yan be a parliament be west we history pa sunset si ba bi mu da di anti ba mu de so na de na inde ya kan wa sema divide if ashaman on say adawafo bi too careless pa on say obia pe tax free mu nyina pe tax free pa nenso vaccine ongo ye yikomu peso mu ye Senabeya ibi reduce COVID no munti da Richard IT edifi achimoto asema mpene kufodo Ghana for be koso da wase wache insuo ni kania bio ekufodo yi Eric oye word no tema o say any budget no ache NDC expose big time na we gaga we too much no size o say the account asare the fisu o say NDC for nka onu tum o muntimi e manage economy better da SNPP James Edifree East Legon o say honorable Asechi Mensa Bonsu betimi aye finance minister Juma no pa e na okasa yi MPP wo men na mpu o say Mensa Bonsu na finance minister na udimane yakono kinka budget kama say broda ewutu bodwase o say kudos to honorable Asechi Mensa Bonsu o say financial statement ne budget no papa eno de Ghana for abrabomu no Joseph Labadi o say Ghana for tituni private sector be bring ntua to tax won tua na so pe bibia free aban menti omo what in difference o say mampene kufodo obekoso de nyoma magana free budget no it truly ebebo Ghana for pa Facebook for the mame home somra na me ba magibre akenkan omo hwe Facebook no so na eto aso
Krachi, mu studio no kwa he. Opere ya botre. Me ni me wa vie kodi adanse ama New Life Homeopathic Clinic house ni nya botre. Opere this no. Na nyabre, wo bia me nya stroke. Na ye baba enso ni kunu wo ma ware a wo mu wo. Na New Life Homeopathic Clinic asa ya nyina yare ama ye ho atoye ya. Adan na mo ma ye kwan, amfa by force, enko studio ho kodi adanse. Me pa wo chow. Ma ye kwan na yare kura nkwa New Life. Esa no man yi mu no. E wo sa man site. Madam, me yesem trani am ye hwehwemu pa. The mo kan nya no kore. Stroke yi say, wo mutimi hwehwemu anwu sa anhwa da atwe benya bi no wasi ano. De wonya bi enso so a na wasa yare se no pani akone na yare sei. Afi obi a wo hia wo infertility. Be ma wontumi nyu so yi prostate. Hypertension, just yare be na New Life for wo mutumi sa. Wo ultra modern laboratory. Ya wo diagnosis and sana wo de drokra enam eyade na firi ho. Wonim ho ampa. Oh, they say New Life Homeopathic Clinic there. So what pa and abama o yade atraso. O danso man. First run about ho. Wo ben King Solomon. Phone number is 0244 093 595 and then 020 333 5439.
Ade panono kofa bae wasan de 3CP papa ebeboa efie bia aba mese ade pa de etwamuda wo de 3CP ebu som dware a eba ho bae efimu amoa ho fa 3CP efre so huhu wanu anopa bia na ma wo se ho bae wo aduane na eja ana eso hye ehyewo a fa 3CP efre so fifa so enu ano no wo hye hu wi a fa 3CP efre eso fifa so na beboa obebre 3CP ehye pimples ebobo ekro na ekum kro eni numu ya wonso 3CP so de enye na wo drugstores biam etufo at the pharmacy eni SGSSB ena hwani mu okanshi free 0302 664 832 kumasi at the pharmacy e wadum eni Hello FM ena hwani mu 3CP efie bia hia 3CP bambo
Omanfm mutimi na nadia media semdenam obia wo si dan onko da mako roofing na wonko jinchensi papa emuso na da mako nchensi no eche efe we papa eye magana wede enshunsu enshawia enshwe pomchini enye pintima minto enfe dinso da mako enwo di leasing premium wo shine technology nchensi papa ye di bodan so aba o aluzinc galvanized afi aluminium roofing to self lock IBR, IDT, energy kekam. Uta, omao 20 years warranty. Obia kwa da mako roofing. Nonko chance papa. Enfa money danso. Owo gomobu dumbua. Liberia camp. Iya benka aswa. Na wane Triple X restaurant no. Ene di enimshe. Owo nkrabata ni bi ewa denta. One wa senior high school di enimshe. Accra, Zongole, Abiekuma. Ena afe Swedru. Mofra wo 055-3963-058. Ana 054-6125-827. The Marco Roofing, your ultimate roofing partners. Won't pay 1 year.
The Time Center, Yakobe Bia, the Freppy Ecosia Toye, Yankwane Ma watch a heart rate monitor, na etsewa kuma mpendo do ebo, a water resistant, a credit in the calendar, hand wash and saho brimo, and sogo sukra and say, Ubenya designer watch bit say Casio, AP, Kenneth Co, Rolex, Navy Force, Amani, DW, Makiakos, any designer watch a hot draw, Boga. so ahofo bede mu fu a occasion bia mu a use quality sunglasses e wodin bi te say Ray-Ban, Louis Vuitton, Tom Ford, Montblanc, Fendi, Gucci and Gaza. Wo hu siesie nti the Time Center yakoba bia your Makola shopping mall any Methodist book depot ne bo hwe ne mu gate 8 from Homotrofo na ginchire mu 0244 365 456 0260 830 800. The Time Center, the master of timepiece.
Shaping the nation. Oman.
Abusuya mesama makwa bade mo ba no kreka sie so Oman anwumre no nsia kase bo ash 101.1 FM wasantemantemu nap radio the pride of central 90.1 asenfo su obia 80 Faustina Facebook na Kobe the hit or say SHS for no another something do something why you have not covered much do something no day one team you Richard Osei Dako Osei Osei very juicy budget no come hasem Cecilia Ami here for forcing ordinary to Master P also watching live from London Oman News. Keep it up doing the good job for God and country. My regards to Alhaji Labaran Yakubu Bari, incoming MC Ashama Municipality. Boshaba Misty, Gosu Zungu, and Odifri. Was the Ghanaians should have faith in this year's budget. Or say, a sense about transforming nation. My regards to Honorable Ya Osebo Boahi, as a form of MC, and Yapoku, Oseno Krakasie, Kwasi Kisi, and so Edenediaba. Or ni MP or person so abasopa na messages ni doso na menhwe ndabwa for ase emra mo voice note no benya da je na efia da ebe boni nyina de amamu the Time Center na bebo aye na dia ba but shenu so say High Lady Virgin eboy papa onso odumedi awudi no eso ani sanso ena eye Vigdank Healthcare enso edimakotene papa but mamefa highlight no enhase enka wo say oba sebi ahimfio kikawo na enkaboni firo ba no ohia highlight na yenum ko yenim we de hura ahimfio ma hote ema hoya kon hoya kama pa nti wo ba kopebi na fasisi ahimfio ma ehonso enye kama na repash kobedia halos ukanshi queenswalk ehonyina obenya edrone bi na otimi ato ache odofu bi emba nyina ntobi na intimi amwa for 0248707270 mabibia enkonkan na Damarco roofing sheet ena odin chance dan papa hudu minu ena odeba odi alu aluminium ne zinc akabum ena aluminium ankasa galvanize enso eka ho ebi chance dan papa ebe che edi amawo na odumedi awudi nyina nso betimi aboawo na self lock odeba IBR circular or the sheet walls, flash gutters, ridge caps, and from my Japan to the bossay oboa, ona okono, apetampe in shoot to say the Malcolm Chesident, Neboso of Funai Papa, na nyepinti mamentonsu dibia, non so call a year adenta or Bengoyo, as if was only Dick's filling station, my 11, Fanny Fertility Hospital, Budumbi Liberian Camp, and Ubenkaswa, on a Triple X restaurant, Edi and Mshe, na wafre 05498947777 0202172202. Vigdank Healthcare, Dr. Victor Nanadankwa. Pacho tini ye pa biya ukwa wasumbedro na onya yarisa na onya oje biwa omude drube mawu na edro krasa ko pija yade na bakase pa. Vigdank Healthcare, a liver and kidney expert, doctor at the ultrasound scan machine, infidia pabina bewi ni pedwenu obema na diabetes or cholesterol or sora. It is a did edo kidney failure no tutumika ko Spintex Road, Coca-Cola runabout, na ko Dr. Victor Nanadankwa na omwawo. Friend was 0549 951 211 0549 951-211 and 0502 661 346 0502 661 346 o WhatsApp na 0273 13 10 59 0273 13 10 59 onene edin kita ho WhatsApp nso a obebo the time center o Makola shopping mall no watch adjust fee watch papa fee no heart rate monitor en bit me dem voice note na krado nti yinti kakra
Oman kase menukura kase ni ajamreku Virginia nanado trotro da wase papa ebi sida obi nye bi da wo na waye nyame nsira
Omanfm Omajo akwadem din yoki so ami force mo anka abro bi anka mo mankofo edi mo abro mo ora chieme sabunsu onye economist eda office adwuma wo ye bi da so on se na edi papa share no mo se wo hye mo ni mo nyam ahye gane gane mo nyam da mo ntan mo mankofo beda da mo na mo ade pa mo tum
ndi odetema dawafo uko mokoto jina mugusu mbo mpayama president nga kufado deju mo pano oye no ongosie ma esa
wa hine anabimi mawajo se MPP for omoni mudi na ye wodom na ye wo men onabo chimen sabunsu ho kese me kwama me ho adwire me okase nyina obekase finance minister edene pabo ahye na mpa obekase finance minister nkasa na ekase bona baso na danya
Master P ni Oman News mikase for London bebo omanpani abaso pa e fasa ya interventions or their buyer say astika ya on bobo kan so mimi na be ma driver for no one ha man cancel abom because if I said the covid dey am chere abom man ma nya senketo akwa ti me bona baso pa nyamishan bebre
Omaite from Omadu ye from Mambo atima mikase for it and then the other one was a mensa ebe kasa ye cruise na nhuru no omohia mo master kombe usejawo ene amaka omano nsimhuna no mudane ne de omani
Oman mamwaju omuna na nseme ni mo hoye Ghana for na kufu adwaye bi ene budget ye kenkan adeboni bi enim adrava for mo taxes bi na yakete so se mamu nchia for 3/4 no mundane na ase na mo susu mamu ntutu mo kaa no mu wani na ye ma won ye nyina ye tifu ye nyina kaye
ene mo lukra kasi ni o ye frame Thomas mekasa fi Belgium o wa hini die di kan honorable ose chairman sabonsu wati Ghana for enim wati asanteman enim ye dana se eni adwuma patapa wo ye na parliament ho na die to so bi o wa hini Butaka aswasi MP MP no meti aswasi bilai die pese ka che butaka se oje anim guasie palmas aswasi fo edi yesre no
My News me chamu edi ni Munkaila Jonas medina ha na me wo ya da mampanya kufado ase ene budget odi bae no tumi mu se emu ehwam ye MPP fo ene NDC fo nso ne da ye ntem ne ye se ye to eto mu a ye de yempuntu dwuma NDC fo de so mu pagya to mu pe na kai so mu be omu disika no ba mai wo yi
Omanfm mitia mu o midintia kese ena mo dwuma pa every Saudi Arabia El Jubel agia ngiri me say the person make a NDC for no musami jemfi say party a mutini propaganda secretary trust secretary na me pisa NDC for say sami jemfi na odi a police for that time no na NDC for mada na mo sum dai say na wadi send ya ba mo so a enye news so me hu say ye news they hu say ye news NDC for sami jemfi e di o mo at
Oman News o mo na etuma anu kura kasi da mo desu nya ko bon sem no pa mo ye e fem ko fiem tumi kasa fie na joint nya no 50 plus ene a budget cost mani age abroso Ghana for mamu mai ni na nado boni ayu papa no obidi na se wo wiase but opese obua o man se ne dachi se ne kwame kumadi kai no so dia
mwado so ko tidi kasa fie pizza na budget ile se kia for ile ile sa ankaye pra kadaba for any more for ne ile se kia for ile ele da baya budget ya kawu ya kia for ile basi
ekua mu ndabaya wanti nsem nyina enyini nyina le beba ma ekuafo bia ndabaya obia wa chefa wo mu opani why ka wakoma to yakufo ado obia chefa mu kuku ni atutum nyuma kadia ode beba nya budget ne binya da je fridge wada ko ya kenkan mu nsem nyina ekuafo mu ndabaya mu wo mu ene ekua ne de titi yo na no mesime do ya chemi ko do nsem nyina yese sebi ayino ti ado ene ekua edint mampini on mamu ndabaya kwa kuma tu makura yereka sebono si ya sori so na sports ani dwumedi aka atoa so hye no so se opon Peter Kwansa ebuai and after me some for Dr. Moses Oka in the Sakasi no mami na camera amudi see me so every na 2MCR ho Mr. Robert Finn aka Ejano one clue and focus the Messiah and Omanfm and so eka ho ebi mamencha Chinese man Mr. Same or Resurrection Power who team the bema boko de o kacha na kasa bruta abuja medide owu wa hene entwi bu esiakon medimasi kofi jacheto fo akrado agude mu se mu hwam so form out me say yes obetra se na papa mu otokode se o play papa nso akoton kwa me poku beyi atono anti kofi betrem sa na metrem mu anti ba betrem na yenko abuja fo makramu mamunyi na adwai
Adepanono kofa bae wasan de 3CP papa ebebua efie bia aba mese adepa de etwamuda wo de 3CP ebu som dwaria eba ho bae efimu amoaho fa 3CP efre so huhu wanu anopa bia na ma wo se ho bae wo nu aduane na eja ana eso hye ehyewo a fa 3CP efre so fefa so